Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here with week 2 of NFL football talk. I'm going to give you my picks. Basically just talking up about football. Let's get this done. Basically, I think everybody in the world has been dragged through the mud with this whole story about Ray Rice. Everybody knew this was bad, months ago, and then when they saw the video, it just basically was worse. The only thing that makes this worse is basically the way the NFL has treated this whole situation. Nobody really liked the 2-game suspension that Ray Rice was given. The fact that, I know you can't really suspend somebody from, preseason football games, but just looking back on those preseason games, and showing the city of Baltimore in the Ravens' first preseason home game, really getting behind, rallying behind Ray Rice, and really just going above and beyond and making sure that he knew that his city supported him, and, just basically see where they are now is bad enough. But, basically Roger Goodell is under fire of the NFL. I think that everybody in the world is looking at him, trying to see what he's going to do to try and get out of this situation. I know in the United States, only the rich get richer, and it seems the more money you have, you can get out of any problems. But I think one of the major problems that the NFL has is public relations problems. I mean, Roger Goodell, when he took over this job in the NFL, his main job was that he wanted to clean up the league. Everybody, had this saying of basically defending the shield. Basically, he was the guy who implemented that, if you get in trouble off the field, if you make headlines and they're not good headlines, you're going to be suspended. And, that was not taken well by the NFL. There was a lot of rumblings. There's a lot of people who were outspoken about Roger Goodell, but he didn't want, players, being involved with drugs, involved with DUIs. And, basically he didn't want, front page of TMZ on your internet stories talking about how you punched your girlfriend in an elevator. I don't know why Roger Goodell and the NFL would have lied about the situation, maybe just trying to make it go away, seeming that that the tape wouldn't come their way. But I guess the police organization that covers the casino and that was covering the crime felt like they were getting enough dirt swept up them, or maybe they just couldn't handle the media pressure, basically throwing everything back on the NFL, saying, we sent you the tape 3 months ago, and we have a audio voicemail that we're going to release of just basically you guys calling us and saying that you guys had received the tape, and not only that you received it, but you'd watched it because you said it's worse than we thought it was. I don't want to be one of those bandwagon people jumping on saying that Roger Goodell needs to get fired, but basically, for somebody who wanted to clean up his league by getting rid of these things, it seems like he's adding a whole lot more eyes onto the NFL right now, and they're not good. I mean, everybody wants to be, sort of mainstream news, but when you're getting covered by NBC, CBS, nightly news, and they're showing this story over and over again, and you're the main focus of it now, it's turning away from what Ray Rice had done, and it's basically getting into what your cover-up is. So people are going to need some answers. And they need to start coming from you. You just going out and canceling your public relations meetings that you had set up. You were going to give an award away, and you've already canceled that. You're not going to be able to hide in your office. You're going to have to answer these questions. People want to know what's going on, and you're going to have to answer them sooner than later. I'm going to pick Baltimore to win this game. I have them beating Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a good football team. They did have to come from behind to beat Cincinnati last week. They had to go for it on 4th down on a gutsy play, and that was able to push them above. But I'm looking at guys like Joe Flacco, especially somebody like Steve Smith, to put this game on their hands, knowing, Steve Smith hasn't been in Baltimore for long, but he really embraced them bringing him in, and he's going to make sure that he gives everything he can. As he's already basically guaranteed Baltimore's going to beat Carolina this year. That I would circle Steve Smith as having a big game this week, making sure that the city of Baltimore knows that its Ravens football team is still going to be strong without Ray Rice. He was one of their best players. But sometimes when a best player goes down on a team, the team rallies around and they're able to rise up, especially a guy that's not going to be coming back. Miami looked excellent last week. I don't know if it was just the way that Red Zone covered the game or what it was, but I honestly was surprised that New England had lost that game. By watching Red Zone, they really showed the defense put pressure on Tom Brady. It seemed like he was all over him all the time, and little did I know that New England was winning that game. Miami came from behind. I didn't get to see anything but the highlights of them doing it because they mostly did it in the second half. But congratulations to Miami for winning that one. I got them beating the Bills. From there we go to, I'll take the Falcons, who also came behind to beat the Saints last week. I have them beating the Bengals. I'll take the Saints to beat the Cleveland Browns. They just lost their running back. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks in Tate. I'll take the Cowboys to beat the Titans, which should be a surprise. But honestly, I was sort of surprised at how good Dallas was. I mean, they really, fucked up at the beginning of that game. I was sort of scared of that game a little bit, honestly, against the San Francisco 49ers. But once you, give away your opening fumble and, it's returned for a touchdown and you're down 7-0, and then, the offense puts up another one, you're down 14-0, now you're already hitting the panic button, and then you fumble again, which leads to being down 21 to nothing. You're playing from behind, and it's not good. But I'm going to take the Cowboys to beat the Titans. I'll take the Patriots to beat the Vikings. I'll take the Cardinals to beat the Giants, one of the worst NFL football teams there is this year. I talked with the guy this year. I talked with the guy at my work today who came in. He was wearing a Giants shirt, and he told me he's been on the Tom Coughlin, the fire Tom Coughlin bandwagon since the year they won the Super Bowl. It wasn't enough to save it for him. He doesn't understand the changing of the offense, and he said he'd be lucky if his Giants win 5 games. And I said, you're lucky if you win 4 games. From there we go to, I'll take the Redskins to beat Jacksonville. I really wanted to pick Jacksonville, but for some reason I'm really feeling RG3, Pierce Garcon, and that offense in Washington. Everybody knows about the awesome day that Allen Hurns had. You can't beat that. Your first 3 receptions for 2 touchdowns over 100 yards. You're looking like a stud. And I'm hoping that Jacksonville can keep it up. That's a team that hasn't really won in years. I know they went to the AFC Championship game in their second year in existence, and I really can't think of them. There was that one year that they played against the Colts really, really well, but I can't remember what they did in the playoffs. That was that Brian Leftwich? Who was the quarterback before Brian Leftwich? Whose job did he take? That guy. That other guy. That was a good team. And I can't remember. I guess Jones-Drew would be on that team. Oh, shoot, they had that one receiver. Oh, man. Dang, I want to talk about the Jaguars right now. I don't even know why, but that's a good team back in the day. But, hopefully we can see them regain where they were. Hopefully the Jaguar fan will leave me a comment down in the box about knowing what team I'm talking about. I'll take the Lions to beat Carolina. I'm guessing that Carolina is going to be able to have Cam Newton as their quarterback this week. It was sort of a surprise, a last-second pull with the injured ribs. They kept him out of the game, but I guess he returned to practice today, and I don't know why you have him practice if he's not going to play. From there we go to... I lost my place. I'll take the Seattle to beat San Diego. I can't believe they lost that game on Monday. I'll take the Bucks and Mike Evans to beat the Rams. Man, when it rains, it pours in St. Louis. That's that's a sucky situation. Losing Chris Long for 8 to 10 weeks with a bad ankle. You've already lost your quarterback. My buddy Troy, who I talk about in a lot of my videos, he doesn't even know what they're playing for anymore. Basically, come on, man, come on. You just gotta believe. You'll be able to pull one out. I'll take the Broncos to beat Kansas City, which I think will honestly be the game of the week. Definitely these AFC West teams always play each other really, really well. I know that the Chiefs, Alex Smith didn't look extremely well. I think he threw 3 interceptions last week. But they'll play Denver well, and they'll play Denver tight. I'll take Denver to win it, but this is going to be a game. I'll take Green Bay to beat the Jets. The Jets were able to pull that win out in the Danny versus Miguel Bowl. My buddies Danny and Jeff were at this game. Danny has a really good video, Oh Phenomenal X, on YouTube about the Jets parade. They're marching to the stadium, getting to with Geno Smith. Pretty cool. I don't like Geno. I don't like the Jets, but still pretty cool that they do something like that for their fans. Green Bay, we're gonna have to see. Hopefully, we're able to get the running back. God damn it, I forgot his name. He was my number 1 pick in the draft, and I was pissed off because I didn't want him, and for some reason I was clicking the thing on the damn box, and I wanted to pick Peyton Manning, and it gave me, shit, I can't think of what the hell his name is. He had a concussion last week. He's out. I guess he's going to be back. They said that he was taking some drills. He's almost done with the concussion sort of treatment that they have to go through. Eddie Lacy is his name. And, hopefully they'll be able to put him back on the field and be able to get it done. I think even without him, they beat the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, you can pull it out. I believe in you. I'll take Houston to beat Oakland. Oh, man, J.J. Watt's going to have another big game right there. He's going to be eating up that offensive line of the Oakland Raiders. I'll take the 49ers over the Bears. And I'll take the Colts over the Eagles, which to me, honestly, is a little bit of a surprise. I really want to pick the Eagles in this game, but for some reason I pressed the Colts already. So I think I'm going to have to stick with it. But those will be my picks for Week 1. Hopefully everybody has fun. That's Week 2 NFL football. Peace out.